All right, let's talk expansion theory. Brian, what are you talking about? Well, if you watch my reviews on the Dice Tower, you know that not only do I review a game, but I typically in the intro and outro bring up a topic in gaming in general and we dissect it as it relates to the game at hand. So today we're talking about the theory on expansions. Now again, we've talked about this in other videos when it comes to are some expansions like cell phones where they add new content like it's an iOS, operating system, or is it more to expand the game out like a suitcase? Think of like a suitcase with an extender. You go, well, I'm not going to be able to get this to fit. You just unzip that and you get some more room. So the reason I bring this up is the question for the day is going to be, what are your couple multi-part questions here, and I'd like to hear from you in the comments below. What are your favorite expansions, right? Why? And then what would you consider a can't live without expansion? Basically an expansion that you would have thrown the game away had this expansion not come out and change the experience. So let me know in the comments below what those would be as we look today at Isle of Cats, the late arrivals. All right, we're going handheld today for a very simple reason. There's just not a lot that comes in this expansion. There are obviously more tiles, there's little tokens, there's Oshax figures, there's more Oshax tiles, there's more rare treasures, regular treasures, there's 2 more player boats, 20 fish tokens, 7 discover cards, and 16 common treasures. But none of them look different, so there's nothing like I'm showing you'd be like, wow, what's that? That's not in my version of Isle of Cats. So we're not going to worry about that, but I will show you there are a ton of new cards over here. You have new sets to use with the lesson modules here. So let's get to the lesson modules. You now have H, I believe it's H, I don't know what that is. It's I. Yeah, there's lessons like G and H and stuff like that. So you have a lot more lesson modules you can do, which, fun fact, don't mess that rule up. Make sure to put in exactly three lesson modules. This provides you with more to use. But that's pretty much it. I mean, it comes with more stuff, but the majority and the purpose of this expansion, what you're getting it for, is for that multiple player count. You're bumping your player count from 4, all the way up to 6. And that's a big deal, especially when you're picking a game all about drafting tiles and cats. Because the game plays fast anyway, just in the virtue of how it plays. So being able to bump the player count up with these little expandable zippers, basically, kind of like in the suitcase, it really kind of feels natural and feels pretty straightforward. But that is the Isle of Cats overview, somewhat more component listing for what comes in the late arrivals. So that's it. Here's the thing. This, before people go, wait, that's it? Think back on your shelf. Most of us probably have somewhere a Catan, 5 to 6 player expansion. Don't forget, that's a very popular thing that a lot of people when we first got into the hobby bought, right? So before you instantly go, who would ever do that? Remember that there's quite a few people that have not only those expansions, but those expansions for every single expansion of Catan. Anyway, you do get more cards, you get more player count, but at the end of the day, that is what this expansion does. You're bulking player count, and that's pretty much it. You do get some more lesson card modules that you can add in and change in, but really, if we're talking about game changing, that's the only game changing is that module that you can slot in instead of cards A, you can do cards G or whatever. Now, that's okay though, because in Isle of Cats, one of the things we wanted when we started playing Isle of Cats was a higher player count. We wanted to be able to play this with 5 and 6 people because we have a really solid game group. It is about 8 people typically, but 6 pretty much always are available to play. And so having 6 be able to play this game that we absolutely love and adore is nice, and being able to do that in a way that really fits, it really flows, it's seamless, and all the components are there, they all match, they all fit together and look nice together. That's always a plus. So if you're asking me, do I need to rush out and get Isle of Cats? How many people do you play with? Do you play with only 4 people or less? Absolutely not. Do not go get this. However, if you do love Isle of Cats and you know that it's something you can expand to a bigger game group that will not bog down with having more people, then go ahead and get Isle of Cats Late Arrivals, because you do get those extra tiles, you get those extra cards, you get the extra treasure tiles and all the things that you would need anyway to expand your game, but also you just get more of the same, but it also expands. So at the end of the day, summary, as we like to do here, if you are not playing this with more than 4 people, don't get this. Period. Just flat out don't get it. You don't need it. However, if you love the game and you can get more people to play it, definitely go ahead and get this because you can expand your game up to 6 people and it works really well. So that is a summary. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on expansions, essential and not, and we will come back and do more reviews this week, next week, all that sort of thing. I'm Brian Drake here on the Dice Tower. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, etc. at Dice Tower Brian. Till next time, we'll see you. Meow. That's what they do. Cats.